Napoleon Bonaparte, born in 1769 on the island of Corsica, was a man of immense ambition and unparalleled military genius. His early life was marked by a thirst for knowledge and a burning desire to rise above his humble beginnings. He excelled at the French Military Academy in Brienne, demonstrating a natural aptitude for strategy and leadership. His rise to prominence began during the tumultuous years of the French Revolution, a period of social and political upheaval that shook the foundations of the old regime. In 1793, at the tender age of 24, Napoleon was thrust into the spotlight as a young artillery officer tasked with defending Toulon, a key port city threatened by British forces. His strategic brilliance and unwavering determination led to the city's recapture, propelling him to national recognition. This victory cemented his reputation as a rising star in the French army, a man of action and decisive leadership. Napoleon's military prowess soon caught the attention of the powerful figures shaping the course of the French Revolution. He was appointed commander of the Army of Italy in 1796, a position that allowed him to unleash his strategic genius on the battlefields of Europe. His campaigns in Italy, characterized by audacious maneuvers and brilliant tactical decisions, were a resounding success. He defeated the Austrians and established French control over northern Italy, securing crucial resources and consolidating French power in the region. Napoleon's victories in Italy brought him immense fame and political influence. He returned to Paris a national hero, hailed as the savior of the Republic. His political ambitions, however, were not limited to military conquests. He saw himself as a visionary leader, capable of restoring order and stability to a France ravaged by revolution. In 1799, he orchestrated a coup d'état, seizing power and establishing himself as First Consul, effectively becoming the ruler of France. His rule as First Consul was marked by a series of significant reforms. He introduced a new legal code, the Napoleonic Code, which codified French law and established a system of equality before the law. He also centralized the French government, strengthening the power of the executive branch and reducing the influence of the legislature. Napoleon's reforms aimed to modernize France, create a more efficient and stable government, and solidify his power. However, Napoleon's ambition extended beyond France. He yearned to conquer Europe, to create a vast empire under his rule. He believed that France's destiny lay in dominating the continent, and he was determined to achieve this goal. Napoleon's ambitions led him to declare himself Emperor of France in 1804, a move that shocked Europe and marked a new era of conflict. The Napoleonic Wars, a series of conflicts that engulfed Europe for over a decade, were the culmination of Napoleon's ambition and the response of the European powers to his growing dominance. Napoleon's military genius was on full display during these wars. He orchestrated brilliant campaigns, leading his armies to victory after victory. He conquered vast territories, expanding the French Empire to include much of Europe. His victories at Austerlitz in 1805 and Jena in 1806 cemented his reputation as a military mastermind, while his conquests brought France to the pinnacle of power. However, Napoleon's ambition ultimately proved to be his downfall. His relentless pursuit of conquest led to a series of strategic blunders and military setbacks. The disastrous invasion of Russia in 1812, a campaign that decimated his army and left France vulnerable, marked a turning point in the Napoleonic Wars. The subsequent coalition of European powers united against Napoleon's dominance and inflicted a series of defeats on his forces, culminating in his abdication in 1814. Despite his military genius and political acumen, Napoleon's ambition and disregard for the consequences of his actions ultimately led to his downfall. He was exiled to the island of Elba, a small island off the coast of Italy, where he remained for a brief period before staging a dramatic return to power. Napoleon's return to France in 1815, known as the 100 Days, was a desperate gamble. He rallied his supporters and marched on Paris, hoping to rekindle his empire. However, the European powers were prepared for his return. They quickly assembled a coalition army, determined to crush Napoleon once and for all. The Battle of Waterloo, fought on June 18, 1815, marked the final chapter in Napoleon's epic saga. The French army, though fighting bravely, was outmaneuvered and outmatched by the combined forces of the British and Prussian armies. Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo was decisive, marking the end of his reign and the collapse of his empire. Napoleon was exiled again, this time to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic. There he spent the remaining years of his life in exile, reflecting on his tumultuous reign and the legacy he left behind. His death in 1821 marked the end of an era, but his legacy as a military genius and a figure of immense historical significance continues to fascinate and inspire generations. Napoleon's story is a complex and multifaceted one. He was a brilliant military strategist, a visionary leader, and a ruthless conqueror. His impact on France and Europe was profound, shaping the course of history and leaving a legacy that continues to be debated and analyzed today.